as a group you could do that. So everybody has to be attentive. ऐसा मत करना कि अच्छा ये point मेरे में भी जाना चाहिए and start noting it down or something. Don't do that. It's on. It's recording. Let's begin.
Hi Ashish, this is Disha. We are from the industry team of TIL. This is my team which caters to different propositions within TIL that we have as offerings, display and performance and branded content, everything put together. We have received your brief on the new product that you're launching on Sprocket, where we understand the basic details of the product. Our whole agenda to come and meet you was to understand in depth what exactly is it that you're planning for this particular launch, and accordingly how we can give you solutions.
So you've got my brief, right?
Yes, I have the.
So what have you understood out of it?
So what we've understood is that there is a product called Sprocket that you're launching, which is a pocket-friendly printer, which is currently, as per the brief, I understand it's targeted to millennials from 18 to 25. And one of the major messages that has been given in the brief is that it is for users who are keen on having instant pictures from their
So basically,
camera
see,
phones.
I'll tell you, the exact TJ is a person who is, always hooked on to social media because he's always
Right.
sharing photographs, just clicking those photographs, and that's how I link to my TJ.
Right.
And that's when, only when you click your photographs, okay, you probably could print it.
Correct.
So you've understood the product correctly.
I had a few questions
Yeah.
before we could, get more in depth. So, is the photos the only core printing offering, or is there any other documentation also which can be printed along with the pictures?
Certainly, yes. You can print any documents you want for this.
Okay.
So you, so essentially, if you see there is a connectivity between your smartphone and my product.
Correct.
So through that smartphone, you could just print a Word document or a PDF or photographs as well. But because we are essentially targeting the TG, which is within TG of 18 to 25,
Yeah.
which is more socially active. Okay, that's where we say that okay, we are focusing on the photo aspect of it.
Okay. The reason why I asked you this question is because if there are other documentations also which can be printed, then can the TG be kind of extended from 18 to 25? Because in today's world, when all of us we go out in the market, we travel for work. There are a lot of instances where we need instant printouts of certain documentations, and instead of searching.
No, so my whole launch campaign is around this TG, so I will probably not go beyond this TG currently.
So this is
maybe
the
in the second phase we could look at it with the initial response what is coming from the market.
Okay.
To start with, yes, we have a defined TG. I think the TG is lying with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So my initial objective is to have some branding presence.
Okay.
There are certain solutions from those angles. As you rightly said, you have some programmatic offerings as well, some ROI objectives and ROI campaigns as well. What you do in the market. So if you could just tell me more about that.
Okay.
And how can, so ultimately the idea is simple, because I'm ultimately a pocket printer.
Right.
Okay, so I want sales.
Okay. So we've understood
Do you do CPS?
Cost per
Sale.
sale. No, we don't do cost per
Okay.
sale. But we'll give you solutions where eventually the entire funnel would be created in such a way, customized in a way that we try to meet, since we understand it's a launch, and as you mentioned that there is an ROI matrix to it as well. So an end-to-end from how we start the topmost funnel and how we get to the bottommost of the funnel also. So I have my team along here who have their expertise in different propositions, of course. So they will take you through a complete flow that we can customize with you, and wherever in between you have certain
Okay, so
questions.
when you say that they have some expertise, so for every single meeting of all 5-6 people
Not
who go in
really.
the market with their own specializations?
Not really. This is because this is an introductory meeting, and because you can have a face to the people in the industry team who would cater to you.
Okay.
Eventually is why today everybody is here. Eventually later on there will be one single point of contact who can give you a customized solution each and every time.
That's what I'll prefer, right?
We will have that.
We'll have one point of contact. Obviously, we'll share our inputs within.
Yeah.
And
The whole agenda today is that there is a face to every name that you probably see on the mail.
So
Have you
Ashish,
thought of anything for this brief?
yeah, so Ashish, before getting into the nitty-gritties of what we think will be an ideal strategy for you for the launch of the product and how you get the particular ROI out of this platform, I would like to give you a small brief, a small gist of what we are capable of doing in the market today.
Okay.
So, here, as Disha also rightly mentioned, that we are going to be a single point of contact. Initially, there were multiple teams handling different portals. So, right now, we have moved away from a very inventory-specific selling to an audience-specific selling. Because the entire digital industry today, especially in India, is getting more and more engaged with the audiences and a kind of content that people are reading. Which is why we come in. So there is a search graph, which is Google is a player in that, and Google is, we can't compete with Google obviously because he has a different ball game altogether to play. Then comes the social graph. So Facebook being the social giant today, Facebook does a lot of innovative content, and then comes the interest graph. Now there is a reason why TIL is number one in the interest graph is because all the users who are currently reading Toy or any other website which comes under TIL is based on their interest. So people who actually want to read content come onto our websites and engage with us. Now that makes us the number one publisher.
How they engage with you?
So engage in the terms of whatever the content that we have created and whatever the content. So if you say Times of India, we have somewhere around 500 to 600 stories which get uploaded in a day. So any sort of trending content, so especially belonging to your audiences, which is 18 to 25, which is your millennial audience, we have an entire network called as the Lifestyle Network, which has websites like, say, India Times, it has websites like Men's XP, IDEA, etc. So the kind of youth today, the kind of content that they like reading, they are normally present on these.
So basically you're trying to tell me that a person who's coming onto a portal,
Yeah.
okay, in a specific portal of
Yeah.
yours,
Yeah.
if he's consuming that portal,
Yeah.
is the engagement from your perspective?
From one
right?
perspective, yeah. So there are different various
Consuming content
parameters.
is engagement.
Engagement for me. So there are various parameters in how you can look at engagement also. So if I have to go very specific to your query and saying, one level ahead of engagement, whenever we do any sort of campaigns in your lifestyle network sites that we have, we also do a lot of social push. Because a lot of our audiences, you have to ask this question, and I'm sure you might have got this question from a lot of other publishers also. What is a particular time duration that a particular user is engaging with content on a particular website? It depends from website to website what sort of content is there. If it's a very serious content, you'll probably spend 15-20 minutes reading that content, and you are bound to bounce off. Or you will visit some other portal, or you'll engage with some different content. The idea
20
here,
minutes, I guess, is too high currently.
I mean,
Really spend that much time?
it depends on what sort of content. For example, India Times carries content which is very listicle in format. So you have 5 things to look out for, 5 things to do before going for a trip, etc. But if you go on to say an Economic Times, we have a lot of content that we create in-house, which is our branded content. So our idea is to keep the person engaged within our environment.
Right, so if you have seen my TG,
Yeah.
okay, as you rightly said that you have understood my
Yeah.
TG.
Yeah.
So is this TG lying on your Times of India or Economic Times wherein you have more sort of engagement
Right.
and time frame?
Right.
So is this
So for
TG
your
lying on your
particular,
universe?
yeah, so for your particular brief, there is a 3-pronged approach that we can look at. First is creating awareness and the buzz, because this product is new in the market. Obviously, you need to reach out to a particular set of audiences for them to understand your product and then go on and have a sale for you. So in the start, we actually propose, having a full-fledged digital impact package, wherein we give you the right sort of a package coupled with all the websites where your particular TG is present. As you rightly mentioned, that you are only looking at 18 to 25. You are not, trying to experiment or even reach out to people who are above. So lifestyle becomes a big part. Would you tell him about what are the display properties which are available?
So as Nishit said, I will go one step further to it. If you look at the proper TG to 18 to 25, I have island sites with me, so you can do specific site targeting like Men's XP, and there are tech sites like Gizmodo and Tech Gadgets. So we can look at different segments. So as boiling down into further, we can look at the 3 segments altogether: inform, entertain, and engage. So probably we can do an impact in the launch phase to create the waves that you want to create. And second stage, we can look at the sustenance, and the third stage, as you said rightly, the ROI, what you're looking at. We can look at the ROI as with the content and further like performance activities with the help of a column.
So post impact, I think, because I'm launching across your properties.
Correct.
I'm going beyond TIL as well.
Right.
I'm
Yes.
associating with your print, I'm associating with your radio and everything.
Correct.
Okay, so I am really going to do a major impact
Correct.
when I launch this product.
Right.
And post that, I think I need to have sales, because if I'm
Right.
earning those money
So,
in the initial phase,
correct.
I think I don't have any money for sustenance.
Right.
So what is sustenance?
So
When you say
the-
sustenance, what is that?
So sustenance is like, you can have a longer presence on the websites, the selected websites, what you're looking at, or maybe the audience whom you're looking at, and you can have reach to the maximum audience in that particular time frame. So let's say you have a launch activity for 4-5 days, sustenance would be a 1 month activity, and post that you can gauge the ROI or the interest graph what the product
Just
is.
to add here, since you're launching, it's a new product in market, the brand recall should be on a very higher note. There are already few players in the market who are already into that space. So you want to establish HP as a brand who is, coming up with certain product, which is more of a utility kind of a thing. So it has to be, at times hampered to the audience with a frequency cap of whatever you are looking at. Ideally, it should be between 3 to 5 on a daily basis. So that is why we need a sustenance plan as well, which will eventually lead to liking towards the product, leading to maybe sales happening. So through this, if we develop a
Still, you're
sustenance
not
plan,
guaranteeing me anything. So after burning such huge amount of money in the initial phase across your group,
Right.
okay, across your properties that attached to, you are then proposing a 1 month sustenance to me, and then still saying that okay, then I'll have to figure out whether that sale will happen or not.
No,
See,
so
there is-
basically
What
just to
what we can
customize-
offer you is quality audience, which might be interested to know about the product, maybe engage with it, maybe explore it. But
What can you do
sales
for
cannot be
engagement?
on. We cannot guarantee on sales bit.
So any ideas on the engagement of this product? As you have been talking about engagement throughout. On
So
the
what
GL
we
platform,
basically,
how the engagement
what
will
we
be?
basically thought about is that, like they have mentioned, the initial phase of the campaign would definitely be an impact to create the buzz, of course. About sustenance, so there are some new propositions that we have to offer. We have a couple of things, one of which we think which could be apt for your product as on date is, there's something that we have cluster targeting, where there are certain clusters which have been identified for your product by us. You can also have a look and of course probably pick a cluster that you would think is apt for your product. Things like youth,
What
probably.
kind of clusters are those?
So these clusters are basically of all the websites that we have within TIL. There are clusters made basis the audiences and the TG present on these websites. They are clustered. So for example, there's a news cluster, there's an entertainment cluster, there is probably a youth cluster. So the sites have been identified.
So you have a
and
youth
put-
cluster,
We do have a youth
Yes.
cluster.
and you can define this TG in that 18 to 25.
In all the websites, yes, because majority all the websites which would be put under this cluster would have a certain age group as a demographic already. So the cluster is made in such a way that supposedly when we say youth, the immediate recall of age group that you would have would be between 80 to 30, not even 30, 25 max, 25 to 26.
We don't have locked in data.
Assumptions, right?
We don't have locked in data, but basis the content consumption probably in 4 to 5 years.
Basically,
And we are
the
now at
interest and the
So
DFT.
when you
behavior
talk about
and-
youth as a cluster, what sort of content consumption these people are doing and how you have identified those youth?
So there is a lot of data analysis and pooling that happens, of course, on every website at our end also. There is a consumption pattern, like we've been mentioning, behavior and interest. So basic understanding a basic content consumption pattern of a user is
So which I
identified
understand,
also.
because in any case you don't have a login mechanism,
Right.
so that's the reason you essentially concentrating on the content pattern.
On the content
Can you
consumption.
tell me what sort of content these users, because you're talking to a specific TG of mine, right?
Yes.
So what sort of content these people are consuming? Do you
So
have any
your
insights on
particular,
that?
so your particular TG consumes more content on entertainment, general news, and sports, along with tech.
Tech,
So
gadgets.
we have something called as Colombia, which is an internal server in place. But through Colombia, we are able to track every user who comes onto any of my portfolio. So for example, if there is a guy who's reading an entertainment content, I can technically track his entire behavior. The system analyzes his behavior and then puts him into a particular bucket. Now there are somewhere around 600 to 650 buckets which are already predefined in the system, and these bucket intelligence is then used to enhance the campaign performance for our clients. So coming back to our initial discussion on the brief, so one, as she mentioned, is the impact. The second is content. So also, Ashish, what as per our analysis also what we have seen is that the youth of today who are very actively on your mobile or on the internet on the World Wide Web engage a lot with video content also. So do you have any sort of videos that you have already created or any sort of TVCs that you are going to promote? Because
I'll be having a TVC as if told
Okay.
you know, so I am doing a 360-degree campaign to
Right.
be launched.
Right.
So obviously I have a TVC.
Okay.
But what sort of solutions you have it? Before coming on to TVC, let me just interrupt you and ask you that you said you have some tech sites.
Right.
Can you do a press release for me on that? Can you give me some coverage on that?
We can do that.
We can
We have
host.
a separate product called Brandwire there,
Okay.
where we can offer you, and I'm sure you will have, as a brand, as HP, you'll have multiple press releases across the years of it.
So
We
that will be
can-
part of this. So
We can give you
something
the-
like press release will just come for free, right?
No.
No?
We will package it
It's a-
accordingly in a way for you where it will all be put up in. There is definitely a value to every activity which will be executed.
So how much charge for a press release?
So there are different websites have a different
So Ashish, actually I think
range of.
I think before
Costings
we,
can be combined into the entire package when we look at the overall.
do you have a bigger
So
idea
I
in
thought
place?
something for the launch phase. I have gone through my brief. I understood it.
Yes.
Yeah. So one is the impact property that we suggested for the sites where your millennial audience is present. Second comes the videos
What sort of
which
reach that will give you?
the reach for all the audiences put together.
It totally, one question actually which we missed asking out is in the brief, we have no budget mentioned for this entire activity. So if you could give us, even though, because if you have a sufficient duration also.
No, see, I am launching a product right now, so there is no specific budget to it. So I have a specific plan, I have huge budgets in television, which I already have in the past. Digital is very small, but if you could have some specific solutions, and I am typically looking out for ROIs from the post your launch day.
See, in a month overall, TI.
If you could give me a tentative thing as to what is that budget which you have in your mind with my sort of product. If I need to have proper impact on the first day, and then I need to have some results on sales, then you could probably tell me.
Right.
Thank you.
So what's everybody's